beautiful peoples of the internet. I'm down here again on the weed bed that I like to fish off. It's just a beautiful evening. Sun is just going down, as you can see in the distance there. I haven't really got long. I just sitting in the house, I was bored. I thought, you know what, I'll come out, have a few casts. So I'm currently running the Seaknight lure that I caught on in this area just the other day. Tide's a little bit further out than then, but let's have a look at our chances. Rumours have it that recently, just across the river there, just underneath the castle, someone caught a 16-pound bass. I don't know if the rumours are true or not. I haven't seen any pictures or anything, but I think it must have been posted to a forum or something, because people were down here in droves yesterday looking for their own version of that sort of bass. But of course, I'm just out here. I live here in the village. So I'm just out here for my own pleasure. If I catch anything or if I don't, I'm just happy to be out here enjoying my time. So as I say, I'm just going to do a few casts. I'll keep the camera running. I won't be on too late tonight. As you can see, the sun is just dipped behind the hill. It'll be dark in an hour. So I might make this just a single cut edit. We'll see. I'll do 4 or 5 casts with the camera running. Just trying to get it out there in the tide. I don't really expect to hit into anything. I might try my poppers out tonight as well, or with the walk the dog action type. Well, I've got a popper in my. What I've done is I've put them down here inside my waders, just for quick access. I've got a popper on there, sorry, and I've also got like the Pinchenko style lure. I've got a brand new one in the back. It looks exactly like the very popular Pinchenko. It's still in its casing. I haven't tried it yet. And they're very reasonably priced actually. I think they're the 22-gram Pinchenkos you can get. And they're doing them on Amazon at the minute for about £4.50, £4.65. And then you've got to pay a postage on top. So they've got a selection, so you can always... What the hell have I caught there? Plastic bag. So you can always buy more than one, and they'll only charge you 1 lot of postage, which is what I've done. In fact, I've bought 2 lots from him over the recent weeks. So I've ended up with 4 of those Pinchenko style lures. 2 different smaller sizes and 2 larger ones. I'll show you one of the larger ones now, just so we've got an idea. No, I've got one of the smaller ones, sorry. So this is one of the smaller sort of Pinchenko style lures that they've got. They've got the rattle in them, and I've got 2 of these smaller ones. I've got the one which is like the silver mullet, and then I've also got 1 larger one that's white and 1 larger one that's sort of that bluey with spots colour. So there's some movement just over here. Let's get a cast in on there just in case. I'm just over it, but that's alright. You never know. It could be a mullet, could be a bass. And of course, there's no guarantee that he's interested in what I'm throwing out here. Will be nice though if I can catch something. I might just put a little bit more action, because I'm bringing this lure towards me with the tide, so not against it. So it's going to be quite hard. A lot of the time when you're doing that, the lure won't really start to do the action or the wobble, but it needs to. So a lot of times you just need to give it a few jerks, few taps on the rod, just to get some sort of action on the lure, impart the action on the lure. Yeah, it doesn't this way. I don't know if you're picking that on camera, but I think this is more of a sort of daylight lure really, and of course it's starting to get dark now. But anyway, let's just see how it goes. We'll keep putting out a cast in that direction. Alright, well, I've got so I basically was using that lure. I did see a sort of almost as if something went for it. There was a motion under the water a couple of times, but still no takes on this one. So I'm yet to catch on this sort of style of lure. This is a popper I've got. Now, this is from a very reputable, more expensive company. I think this is a feed house, shallow feed house tackle. And I had a bit of a bargain on it, because normally, I don't know if you know anything about feed house tackles, but their lures are normally around the £30 mark, which is way off my budget anyway. I'd be crying if I lost that, but I got this for £15, free package, and it's a popper, and it's my first proper popper. rather than a walk the surface lure. I haven't really tried this out here. I've got the cheapo Tronics Pro on here simply because it's more like a slightly under the water shallow diving fish imitator. And although I haven't had any luck on this silver one as yet, I've had luck on the gold one. And the thing is, because of the weed bed here, I want something that literally just dives 10 centimetres, gives me the fish like. Now, the reason I'm not using the popper was if they're not going for the other walk the dog style that works on the surface, then I don't think they're going to go for the popper either, because they're both sort of surface, working off the surface, making the surface splash and pop and making noise, and if they're not going for that, then there's no point in me trying the popper out. So I'm going to try this one, and I might just move over to the rocks over there. There's a bit of noise behind me then. Not sure what that was. Sorry for the sudden turn. Might be just the waves splashing up. Just the waves splashing up on the rocks there. But I'm going to throw this out. There's a couple of lads over the other side where that big bass was caught yesterday or the day before. So again, they sort of similar as... What is that splashing about down here? Oh, it is just the waves cracking there. I thought it was just something feeding on the surface. And again, the biggest fish I have seem to come from this sort of time of night when the tide is going out, and it's probably about 3 hours off low tide. It tends to be when all the big fish that have gone up river to feed start to come down, follow the sides down. So I'm going to carry on fishing this for a few minutes more. I can see movement over here, but I don't know if it's... I've seen fish over there moving, but I can see a little bit more movement. I'm not sure what that's about. It could be just the way the currents are swirling. But I might then pop over to that one stone that we can see off just in the distance there, and maybe fish off that, because one of the main channels. There's two sort of channels here. One that side, one this side. This is the lesser channel on this side at the moment, and that tends to just go round the top of the rock and then head out that way, down towards what the Big Bend or Big Ben area, and it heads down past there. So anyway, without further ado, I've just seen something moving in front of me here. I'll keep the camera running for now because I haven't got much footage tonight. Like I say, I'm just out here for a quick, and this is just more or less a steady wind on this, as a sort of a lumpy rolling action. Got to be careful of that log that's sticking out by there. I'll try and bring it past so you can just see the sort of wiggles like that. I think that would be quite good if it had a little feather on it. The only thing I don't really like about this lure is casting it. It's not a very good caster compared to some of the other ones I've tried casting tonight. You see it just sort of flops about in the cast. What it really needs is a sort of weighted ball in the tail. So when you cast it, the tail, it goes tail first. But I suppose in drier, less windy conditions it would be fine. But we'll make do with it for now. I think I'll cast it out over here. Let's have a look. I'll just let it float. It's a floating lure, so I can just let the tide take it for a bit and then bring it back in along the tide. So again, just a slow, medium speed winding. And that's just working. I know that's just working under the surface. May try doing it up the tide. This is the weed bank that I like to sometimes fish off. This side of this weed bank is normally quite a sort of productive area, and of course then I can do that with the wind, so that's a better cast. Now of course I'm going to have to wind it a bit faster to sort of get some action working on it. I think I'm touching into bits of weed on the here. I might just reposition myself. I picked up a little bit of weed. If I just reposition myself, I can actually get a good cast, or a better cast, and just draw it alongside this bank without touching into all the rubbish. Right, sorry, that's the lure cleaned off. So again, I can see just down here, the water dips off as well. There's a sort of a ledge here, which you know, it's good for the bass to feed. They like a ledge because they can sort of run up and hit whatever they're trying to feed off, and that's a better cast. So I'm going to give it a few twitches because the tide is quite fast here, so I need some sort of action on the lure. And that wasn't in. I thought I might have been in then, but that was definitely a little bit of seaweed, and quite a chunk of seaweed actually. There must be some longer strands hanging about there. Right, well, get another couple of. I'll put another couple of casts on camera. Keep talking. Again, I'm doing quite a fast action retrieve here, simply because I'm working with the tide and not against it.